And on this video, you're going to see the Ornery One get a tour of Mustang Seats here in Three Rivers, Massachusetts.
Really don't know what to expect, and I like that. A lot of these people want us to go on rides, and we say yes, and then they'll take us, or we'll go do a ride. I don't look it up. I want to be, surprised. So we're going to see how surprised I am at the Mustang plant. Here's first-hand account of my reaction. Oh, it's just a neat little old town, ain't it? Well, right there it is, hon. Okay. Not a big sign, by no means. So, my first take on the Mustang plant. Not exactly what I expected. And we found our parking spot, reserved for Mustang.
If you've ever wondered about the Mustang plant, we're going to show you all about it. So we, on our bike, we run the best seat there is out there on the market, and that is the Super Touring Deluxe Mustang seat on that Road Glide. I've always been curious because I knew these seats were handmade and made right here in a small town, and that's where we are today, Three Rivers, Massachusetts, and we're going to do a tour of the Mustang plant. So as you can see, as you walk in, they've got a cool little demo room set up here in front, and I mean right off to your left is the whole area where they're building the seat. So it's a whole factory right here. Just real quick here, we're getting back into the plant, and who's giving us the tour is Miss Melissa.
Hello.
And Miss Ronnie right over here to my left. So if you call or you get a hold of me, you're like, TJ, I want a seat. And I'm like, hey, I'm gonna hook you up with my rep. Well, this is my rep. This is Ronnie right here. Whenever I refer you to somebody and you're texting or calling or they're calling you back, this is the person you're talking to through the Ornery One. Now, Melissa, real quickly, what do you do here, and tell everybody?
So I lead the sales department. I handle every day-to-day issues, and I also work with our distributors, key accounts, and international accounts.
So you're hands-on, you girls work together and keep everything smoothly running as possible. Okay, this is something else that was going to point out that I found kind of interesting. You were just talking about these shelves used to be full.
Yes, full of stock, full of seats. And then Corona hit, we shut down for 3 months and tried to get as much product out during that as we could. And unfortunately, just since we've come back with all the restrictions, took us a while to fully staff. And now we're just slowly coming back from that. It's just during busy season, it's hard to come back from that.
What you guys said to me earlier kind of shook me too.
Yesterday ended the state of emergency, so we've still had restrictions up until then.
Till yesterday.
So that kind of leads me to this real quick, because I've had a lot of you ask me, like, dude, I ordered a seat, it's taking a little bit, I reached out to them, is there anything you can do to hurry the process? Well, honestly, like it's all, we're fighting this COVID and the shortages. So when you contact these girls, be patient with them. They're not Amazon. You're getting a handmade right here in the U.S. to your custom specs, your seat that is amazing. Trust me, it's worth the wait. Just be patient. Give them a little bit. They'll get right back to you with exactly what you'll call back.
I always call back. I always call back.
She'll call you back. Like she said, she's like, I got a callback list. I call back people.
I do. Yeah.
And real quick, I want to touch too, like my seat has custom stitching in it, embroidering. They put that on pause. As you can imagine, y'all had to for a little bit.
Yes.
But y'all are going to open that up a little bit later down the road. I did want to touch base on that as well.
Yeah. From a sales standpoint, we want it open now.
We do.
But we have to respect our production, right? Because it does nobody any good if we're holding everything up. So
So we walk into this little area. It's a little bit more closed in, a little bit more quiet, a little bit more quaint. What is this called
this
now?
is R&D, product development, whichever you want to call it, you pick. But this is where it all begins.
Oh.
Yes. So,
So how long have you been here?
16 years.
yeah, so she helps when new seats get designed. She helps design the pattern, you know, and create the pattern that's going to go on those. She works with Mike and
Hi,
then
Mike.
Glenn.
Mike, come on over here. I'm gonna introduce Mike. Mike, what's your spot here?
I manage the group here, so they do all the hard work. I just, say go that way.
Yeah.
So-
How long have you been here?
I've been here for 3 years now.
3 years.
Yep.
Digging it?
Ah, love it.
You
Yeah,
ride?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it. Where do you ride?
An Indian Springfield.
Okay, very
So,
cool.
2019.
So you got a Mustang seat on that?
Of course.
Yeah. Which one you got? Which one are you running?
A prototype that we're going to be launching later this year.
See?
And you guys are getting a sneak peek.
Okay, so once again, I always dig on this a little bit. The people that we hang around with and all these companies that support us, they ride motorcycles, and I'm always, what do you got? What are you doing? Just like your seat, that's what you're doing.
Yep.
Got something new going on. So that tells me you guys are always trying to just one up your game.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's the shit that makes me really excited. How many people do you have working in here?
There's 8 of us total on the team.
Okay.
So we go right from bringing in a bike, taking off the stock seat, handcrafting the shape of the pin right on the motorcycle. And once that's set, we hand carve the foam shape right on the motorcycle. And that's all done in the shop, led by Glenn. And then those pieces come out here, and that's when Melody starts to design the cover. And the team here does the bracketry, digitize the cover, do the photography, build up the prototype seats. We're able to do everything soup to nuts back here. So once we're done, it's just
But it
seamless
is
into
the
production.
old way of doing stuff. Like when
Oh,
you
yeah.
say
Yeah.
you bring it in, you throw the seat off, you
Yep.
build the pan,
Right,
you foam it, you get everything rolling, filling, looking.
all by hand. So when we say handcrafted, it's handcrafted from the design stage.
Once again, guys, I cannot tell you how much this excites me. This is what it's about. This is what Mustang is all about. That's why we run that seat. I didn't know all this stuff. I just
Yeah.
know it's a good looking seat. You touch it and feel it, and you throw it on the bike, and you ride 1,000 miles on it, and it feels good. Now, what I like about the seats too, they run cooler.
Because we don't use leather
Right.
Yeah.
and we don't put gel in it.
As some seats do have in it, will hold heat.
Yep.
Yes, it will.
Do you know much about the foam in them?
Yeah, so the foam is proprietary. We do only polyurethane foam. It's our own proprietary blend. So, but because we get such good performance from it, we specifically avoid putting in gel. To your point, hot when it's hot out, cold when it's cold outside. Because of the active response we get from the urethane foam and the thickness that we do have in our seats, there really isn't a benefit to throwing gel into our seats. It would actually
Really?
bring the performance down.
I agree. One thing too, I believe the cells that are in there, you have open and closed cells in those in
Yep.
that foam.
Yep.
Decide if I'm giving you a headset or putting you on the assembly line yet.
Oh, no, neither one's going to be good.
You probably just end
So,
up hanging
wait a
back here
minute,
with
was that
Glenn.
behind lock and key?
It was.
Yes.
So we're going behind lock and key here, and this is, what room is this called?
This is
Called shop.
right. The
We're gonna
shop.
go to the shop that they lock up. Go ahead, let's go. Oh man, is this not cool? This doesn't feel like a factory.
It feels like somebody's
Feels
garage,
like,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey Glenn. Hey Glenn, how long have you been working here?
29 years. Designed the pans and foams for this company. So everything they sell, I design. In a nutshell.
Did you start out doing this?
I didn't. I started out doing fiberglass work, and then got hired on designing molds
Yeah.
for this company, fiberglass molds, which is the base pans, stuff like that.
That's good.
Fiberglass.
And now you've gone on, like she was saying, to just foam
I
in.
designed the complete seat from beginning to end.
So do you have a seat that you did, like is like legitly yours?
On my own, for myself, or
Yeah.
for Mustang?
For Mustang.
Every seat in the catalog, every seat they sell, mine.
This guy.
See? And it means a lot to me because I want to be comfortable on my damn bike.
That's right.
And then knowing that you did that,
Yeah.
I just want to say thanks because
I appreciate
you
it.
know what I mean. And like I say, we don't know the talent that people have. I mean, it's a real talent. And is it kind of a dying art?
To do
have-
things this way,
Yeah.
We're making things by hand back here. Most stuff is just scanned and copied.
Yep.
Stamped out or 3D print.
Yep.
A lot of that stuff.
So you're
This is
still
not-
doing it the old way, and you're still coming up with new stuff today. Man, I'm telling you,
This is a new seat design right here for an old school dyno.
old school diamond, and you're coming up with something a little different. I know some people will be excited about that.
So lower profile, just changing up the seating area and get your feet on the ground a little easier, and flat back, lower. A little sleeker than the one that's in our catalog today, but
Yeah,
this
when I
one's
walked
really-
up, it's got a.
yeah,
I
it's
knew
real-
exactly what you were going at. Looks great.
very thin, so we're talking 1.5 inch thickness on the foam.
That's so badass. And another thing y'all do, is that solid pan that y'all do underneath. A lot of us will get those other seats, and they've got a plastic pan underneath that you can actually grab the seat and just fold it up.
Yeah.
You're not going to fold a Mustang seat up.
No. I actually mold the seat on the bike so that we can get this fiberglass pan off of the back of that mold. So I carve the mold on the bike, take the mold off, and make this from the back of it.
No shit. So how
then
long would
carve
that
this.
take you to do? Just curiously.
2 to 3 weeks from finish to end, like that behind it.
2 to 3 weeks. Labor of love, man.
Yeah.
You love it. Well, man, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I know you're busy. I appreciate you talking to me, though. And I mean, we all are curious about this stuff.
Yeah.
We ride these seats.
Yeah.
And you're the man behind it all.
Yeah, I kind of hide out back here.
Man, it's got a great feel, doesn't it? When I walked in, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
cool
want,
building.
I wouldn't want nobody messing with me.
Yeah, we keep the doors locked and kind of.
Larry, TJ. So what do you do here?
I'm the lead in the metal shop here.
Yep.
So what you're going to see in here is basically we make all the metal pans, which are all Harley Davidson. I said they get made in here in addition to all the brackets that go on those pans, as well as all the fiberglass pans, as well as all the brackets that go up to inspection and other things that go in the foam department. So
How long have you worked here?
I've been here 16 years.
So you've seen a lot of changes throughout the season.
Yeah, oh yeah. What you're going to see in here is going to be more fundamentally, like I said, it's Harley. And the reason behind there's less changes in here because Harley is more consistent. I said, whereas the metrics, one year they got a hot bike, a year later it falls off the planet. Make it so.
All this dual.
All the base plates are getting cut out of 16-gauge sheet metal right here. So I'll program in whatever I want it to cut, particular nestings. Right now it's cutting out a sissy bar pad actually. So we'll turn around. We do also run 11 gauge, but that's for brackets and other heavier things. We run a 14 gauge just for certain items. Once that comes off of there, we run it through here to take the slag off the bottom of it. Basically get the grinder.
Yep.
When it's a pan, we bring it over here, in a blank, and we're going to put deep press it. This is going to be a soft tail, solo soft tail seat. You got your G. Basically, this is all done by measurement. I know where this is going to go, so I know where I want to put my bends in. Go into the hydraulic press. Comes out, you're going to have a base plate, and that's going to be going over here. Depending on what we want it to become, we put a different part on it, and that's what you're looking at over here.
So was it these holes here?
Going up to the fourth hole from here. What you're trying to do is make sure you're symmetrical up here. Just eyeball it through. Don't go by the hole, go by up here. And then give it a pretty good tweak. There you go. Now you're going to go 4 hole from the top on this one. Right there? Yep, same, a little bit more. And you're going to make sure same thing you're keeping across here. Just eyeball this. There you go. Drop in the press. Hold it, keep holding it. Wait for the wall to take. Take out. I built pan. You're hired. I built pan.
I'm gonna take this one home, so come on. But it is pretty cool, guys, because what they've done is just jigged up and it presses it and forms it. So it's a form press, which is badass. I mean, it's just cool as hell. But they'll be the same every damn time. Ain't that neat? Look at that.
Depending on which wing I put on it, and to determine what it's going to be. That's going to get welded on. Those parts get welded on.
Man, I got it.
This one in particular is going to be a wide version. It's going to be a backrest. I'll be putting a backrest on that after the fact. Once it's welded up. That's it. This would be a 6FXW going on a Harley. So this will get all welded up. When it's done, we'll go over here. We're going to wipe it down, get all the oil residue off of it, clean them up, any weld nuts there might be, split, powder coat.
Thanks, man. No problem. I appreciate it. That's fun as hell. The pan starts here.
So this is about as far as we can go, but you'll be able to see the process. These are all our chop dies. This is the, you say least fun room to be in because it's hot, but it's where the goodness starts. So they're spraying down that mold over there with the fiberglass to get the pan started. You'll see on the table behind the sprayer, they're rolling out the pan. So they got to get every little tiny air bubble out and get everything smoothed out on that pan. This pan is actually still drying, so you can see it's still super shiny. But this is before anything's done. This is just the mold of the pan. So there's no holes, but in the mold there are divots that will be in that. So they'll know where to put all the brackets, all the bumpers.
So what Melissa's talking about is back there, they were forming this, getting it ready, laying the mold, and then it comes into this department, and then they finish this out. So you have the beginning of the pan, then it comes in here where they start finishing it, as he's doing over there.
Bob is usually in our shipping department, but because he's so awesome, he's helping us out in here. And what he's doing is applying the edge trim to the pan, so that way your outside of your pan is protected. We're going to grind and drill those holes. So they grind the pan down to get all that excess size. And then they're going to drill out these holes. And these are the holes for the rivets, the bumpers, the brackets, everything that helps the seat come together. We also have steel pans. So some of our seats are steel pans. A lot of your soft tail seats are going to be steel pans. And the reason for the steel pans with the soft tails is because I call soft tail like the Frankenstein fit of Harley, because right there's like it'll be off by one thing that it can't fit. So with a steel pan, you can actually kind of adjust that and make it fit. And some of our mounting instructions will even say, you know, slightly bend pan to get it to fit. Yep.
My name's Randy.
Randy, what you're doing here, this is the form that you're gonna pour the,
Yeah.
what is it called?
There's two chemicals that go in. It's poly and it's an iso. And they heat up and rise, and with a lid, it keeps the pressure on it, and that just rises and fits the whole form.
So you're baking a cake.
Basically,
All
yeah.
right, we're gonna make a Mustang cake.
I can even show you that process visually through a little test cup that we have. So I'll go ahead and do the test cup first, and then I'm gonna go ahead and actually pour this. Right here you have a ratio of iso and poly inside of this cup, and this is just gonna rise up, and you'll see it'll heat up and rise. It'll probably be a little bit over the top of that cup. So for the main products here, we have our mainline seats. For this, I would look at to see what type of seat this is. This doesn't have an insert piece in, so it's the regular one. So this is a 4.5 second pour time. I enter in the 4.5 on here. Go ahead and hit the button. Make sure it covers the whole base of the mold itself. And then once that's done, we just go ahead, we close the lid. It gets sealed with some pins, sometimes other devices just keep it clamped down. But now this is sealed. Generally anywhere from 7 to 10 minutes is how long it takes to rise up. As you can see that this one's going up now.
You can feel the heat in this, so it's actually got quite a bit of heat building up. I'm just watching it rise, just like Dairy Queen.
Yep. It's like a nice vanilla treat right there, huh?
Blizzard.
It looks good too, don't it?
Yeah, man.
This is our sewing department.
The sewing department
Yeah.
here at Mustang. No, we didn't say that.
Now you can see why the triple stitch and the double stitch is, I mean, because there's no machine doing that triple and double stitching. They're going back over to double stitch. They're going back over to triple stitch. So
So like Melissa was just saying there, these are all hand sewn. They're going back and forth. They're working that. Guys, that's just cool as hell. Once again, when you're ordering these Mustang seats, they're handmade. So if you can't get your seat right away, it's for a good reason. As you can see here, super impressive. They look great. You're doing just an amazing job, sweetheart. Keep watching you do that.
and these threads that we use, that is the same thread that is used on a boat. Do that because it is UV protected and water resistant. I mean, obviously a boat seat's still gonna get wet.
All your stuff is marine proof because it's
Basically,
tough.
yeah.
Whenever
Yep.
you say marine stuff. So I think my bike has, I think this color. So that's what's on my bike. Isn't that cool? The old Ornery One, gunmetal gray. That's so cool. Okay, what was you saying? So I want to brag a little bit on Mustang Seats.
We already saw where all the pieces are made individually. This is where it all starts to come together. So these shelves get stacked with our, WIP stock inventory. And then once we have everything ready, the expediter will see, all right, I have skins, I got pan, I got foam, going to a builder. So now we can make a seat. So now we're gonna go
We wanted to share this. Our seat, the Ornery One seat on our bike, Chris here did it for us. He's the builder of our Mustang seat. Couldn't be more happier. How long have you been here, Chris?
11 years.
11 years being a Mustang seat guru. So you work on the line? What do you do exactly?
I'm the lead of this department.
So you keep
Yep.
everybody on point, making
Right.
everybody's asses happy out on the road.
Yep.
The process that we're talking about, what is it called and what are you doing?
This is assembly. This is where I assemble all the parts that come from other departments.
Okay.
They all come in this cart here, and I just I put them together. I got some here that I'm just starting. I
Yep.
got some up here that are done,
Gotcha.
These ones are without the seam. These ones, I just set this one up. You can see it's got the seam there.
Yeah, man.
So this one's a little bit more involved to set up than this one is. But I mean, you're basically just trying to get everything to, you know, centered. You want that logo centered with the bracket that's going on the front. You know, the seam to ride even all the way around. I mean, you're just trying to make, you know, the best looking product that you can make.
Yeah, man.
And at this point, I already put the polyfoam on. This is called the polyfoam. This is the molded foam.
Okay.
I already glued that to it. Now I'm gonna grab the skin out of the heater box.
Cool. So that just warmed up to stretch well.
Yeah, it warms it up. It's a lot easier to work with when it's warm.
Very cool.
So I'm just gonna mark the center here. Put a nice layer of glue on. You don't want to go too heavy because it'll dry hard. Now I'm just trying to match the center up with the center. Keep the logo centered on the front. The reason I put that black marker on there is so I have a nice clean line to work with.
So you're really just working it, getting it tucked down in there.
Just getting it tucked right in there.
Yeah.
Trying to keep it centered. You know, you want an even center on both, space on both sides. I gotta stretch this side just a hair more. That looks pretty good. Now I'll make sure I got that logo lined up, centered on the nose. Work out any wrinkles. This is all like a little finesse right here. You're not really trying to force anything. Glue the back down. So that's what we're looking at right there. Now I'll give that a couple hours to dry before I really build it. And then, yeah, I'll glue it to the pan. There's pans in there. Glue it to the pan. I'll stuff this is the back of it. This will go, you know, right here into that piece there. And then, yeah, go ahead and build it.
Hi, Coach. Put me in the game. How many times you heard that? Good. Yeah, I bet. Boy, that's a good looking seat.
And Coach, you've been here a couple days, right?
20 years.
20 years of doing this. So what are you doing exactly?
This is inspection and final assembly.
Right on.
So we're going to make sure everything's all right with the seat. And make sure this DVR goes in and clicks. We're going to put all the labels on it. We're going to send it down the conveyor, down to shipping, so we can ship it out of here.
Right on, man.
We just clean them up. For a soft tail heritage, fairly new design.
Yeah, it's a good looking seat.
And then you got diamonds. You can have them in brown vinyl, like that pad over there.
So
Color
cool.
thread, whatever you want. Just put these two bright. Make sure the bumpers are on. And make sure all the rivets are in. There's no rips or nothing.
So, and if you see anything, you just stop, send it back.
Send it back to them. Yeah.
We'll do it again.
That's the good thing about here. I don't have to take anything apart. Let them do it.
Yep. Let them do the thing. How long you worked here?
17 years.
Oh, you filled a couple labels in your life.
Quite a bit.
We have a 1-year manufacturer warranty. So
1 year
if
manufacturer
anything,
warranty.
1 year from your purchase, manufacturer related goes wrong on your seat, you send it in. We either repair it or replace it.
Yeah.
So, and we pay for you to ship it to us
Yeah.
and everything.
Oh, man, Mustang Seats. They mean even more to me now after coming to the plant, meeting all the folks that work so hard at these handmade U.S. seats. The process is pretty amazing. The people in here and the time they're putting in, it truly is a passion. And these seats are made from people that have put the time in to learn their trade. It's a true trade what we're getting here with these Mustang seats. It may take you a little bit to get your seat, but I promise you it's well worth it. I am overwhelmed with the talent that I have met here in this building. From shipping to the foam to the fabrication to the actual design of the seats right here in this plant. A little quick story about this building I think was pretty cool. It was built in the 1920s. This used to be a tampon factory. They made tampons in this building. It's pretty cool to see this history. Super impressed. If you guys are really interested in a hand-built quality US made seat, go check out Mustang Seats, and they've got the people to stand behind it. I'm super proud to be teamed up with Mustang Seats. Hey, I gotta say, I'm digging the purple. And with that being said, y'all stay ornery. I like it. Jason, he just caught me. He's over here doing the final assembly.
Yeah.
Yeah? And yelled at me because he watches the Ornery One. So it's really cool to come in, check out Mustang Seats, and we got somebody watching our stuff. Well, hey, man, I sure do appreciate you watching our channel.
Yeah.
It means a lot to me.
Take care.
So he's been here 4 months. You loving it?
I like it here, yeah.
You're a Mustang man now.